So according to a new study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, only 14% of adults in the U.S. say their partner is their best friend, and researchers say that's not necessarily a bad thing. Is that, were you surprised when you heard that?
14%?
14%?
Yeah, I thought it would have been more.
You thought it would have been more, Joseph?
Mm-hmm.
I would have guessed a little bit higher as well.
Yeah.
So the study
14's
set
kind
it to
of
find, does having a partner who is a best friend enhance your relationship quality or your well-being? 36% of participants said they include their romantic partner in their friends list. So
I think the way that the researchers did this is they said list all your friends.
Yeah.
List your best friends, and then they wanted to see
if you would list
your partner. So they were trying to sort of solicit without you knowing.
Without you knowing. So would you put your?
So I feel badly in saying this because I love my husband.
Right.
I love him to death. I love him so very much. But I wouldn't consider him my best friend, and I actually don't think he would consider me his best friend. Like, he has a best friend.
That's good, though.
I have a best friend.
So the study
right?
found that's actually that's a good thing because, for example, if you are in a relationship and you have a significant other, right, and they're considered your best friend, well, what happens if you have some relationship issues? Who do you go to then?
Right.
Because all of a sudden your best friend,
you have the support.
You needed that support. So the study actually said that older adults were more likely to call their romantic partner their best friend, but it's interesting.
That makes sense, though. As you get older, like your friend group changes, or if you get much older, many of your friends might pass away. They might move away. They might, right?
But people that had the bestie that was separate from their romantic partner, they found that friends could help with certain types of support, and they also had reported perceived levels of social support. They had a bigger friend circle. They had people that they could go to in certain situations.
Who am I supposed to complain to when my husband leaves his socks on the floor? Right? Am I right? There
Eventually your kids, when they get a little bit older.
No, they also leave their socks on the floor.
They also leave their socks on the floor.
When they become adults, though, Heather.
Those are not my best friends either. No, I love them
understand.
very, very much.
I find this very interesting because, when we ask married couples who have been married for a long period of time advice, they always suggest marry your best friend.
Yes.
Yep.
And that seems like it's supposed to be like the safe way to approach it, but apparently you need
something more.
Something more.
Yeah.
Partners as best friends reported stronger emotional closeness, more frequent routine interaction than those whose bestie was not a partner. See, I argue that this could actually backfire on you too. What happens if you want to go to a concert, but I don't want to go to the concert, but I'm the bestie, so now it's assumed that I have to go to the concert, but I don't want to go to the concert.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Whatever
You're just going to go to the concert by yourself.
We want to hear from you. What's your opinion? Drop a comment down below.
Thank you for watching Mid Morning. So when it comes to falling in love, who do you think falls hardest, women or men?
Could it be we're falling in love? New research shows men may actually fall in love faster and more often than women. Now look, this is not by much. This study says men
set that straight.
Let me get the record straight. This study says that men fall in love about 1 month ahead of women.
Okay.
On average. So it's close.
I hear my head was rushing.
And I can't. I hear you. So I found this interesting. It's possible because the onus is on men to show commitment to attract a partner.
Okay.
That's according to the study. So a couple things this thing found. Men fall in love slightly more often than women. Men are also a little less committed. And men are more likely to fall in love before a relationship becomes official with women.
That's early.
Yeah, right.
I believe that.
Now, as far as women,
You're like, yeah, okay.
I believe that.
apparently women spend more time obsessively thinking about their partner and are slightly more romantically intense in their love.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So we both bring something to the table.
We're both bringing something to the table.
Different ways.
So from you all's experiences, do you feel like, does that feel true of your experience as a guy?
No,
I feel like
Listen
it's
to
either or. I feel like it just depends on the person.
it does, right? It has to.
Personality.
Doesn't it have to kind of like naturally evolve?
I don't know. So my fiance said, he was like, that's going to be my wife. Like he just felt like
knew.
he knew. He just knew.
He just
knew. And this is when I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Choose you.
There you go.
But about a month later, you're like, okay, yeah.
It's like, just kidding. Yeah. So I think for some people, they just know, and then others, it takes time.
It takes time. Every case is going to be different, right? Isn't that going to be the case? I found this interesting. People in countries with higher gender equality fall in love less often, show less commitment, and not as obsessed with their partners in more developed countries, I guess you could say.
Do you want to be obsessed with your partner? Is that a good thing?
I don't know.
I think everything in moderation, right? There's a fine line between, I don't know, love and hate, but there's a fine line between
what, admiration and obsession? Or
yeah,
something? Yes.
There's a fine line.
It can get weird there.
It can get weird. There's stories to tell, but I'm not comfortable sharing some of those stories. Hey, let's move on.
Leave those stories buried.
Let's move on. Hey, we want you to join the conversation. Drop us a comment below. Let us know what you think.
You maybe heard that age-old phrase, love or money.
Well, now there's a new survey by matchmaking service TalkFi. I've never heard of that service. It shows 46% of Gen Zers would pick long-term financial stability over romance. So, yes, we are diving into this topic here. There are no wrong answers. Of course there are wrong answers
What's
here.
your gut response?
Okay, there's the response that you should say and the response I'm going to give. What are you going with?
Ugh.
That's my response.
That's your response?
Mine is, and you guys are going to hate me for this.
Go ahead.
Both. And here's why.
Okay.
Because I am attracted to somebody who is very hardworking and motivated.
Okay.
And that normally means that they are going to be hardworking and motivated in their jobs.
Yeah.
So, I think
They
that
go hand
goes
in hand, you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
And you seem to have a visceral reaction too.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm going to be real. Sure, I should say love. Yeah, love, right? But if my thoughts, if I'm not taking care of myself, then how can I be available for someone else? If I'm so worried about money myself, then how am I going to be able to focus on a relationship and other things that are important to me?
But how does that?
I think that's a great point, though.
What?
What? Go ahead.
Think about the divorce rate and how many people relate it to financial issues.
Oh, sure, I get that.
Really, I mean, do you hear people say more love or money? Probably, maybe the same. I don't know. I think it's legitimate. I think it's legitimate, and I think the older you are too, it matters a little bit more as well. Because I think if someone's bringing debt into the relationship, that can just be a foundation that it's just cracked.
That's a good point.
I think you do, the older you get, realize like there's a little bit of ration that goes with finding a partner aside from just butterflies.
I agree with that.
I think there's you've had more life experience.
Right.
Just in general, you are older. You've been through a lot of times more things in your life. Even if you've had kids, married, not whatever, you're just older, so you have more experience. And I think that, you're a little more aware of things.
Here's my thought. I think the whole Romeo-Juliet thing is ridiculous, right? But like love above everything, like that's silly. I also think, I also think this like my partner must be making more than this, or I'm not interested.
Oh, you have the checklist?
It's also ridiculous. Yeah, I think both of those extremes are insane, and I think you need to just kind of go with what. The person.
Figure out deal breakers, things like that. And to a lot of people, I think money is.
Yeah, it could be. Hey, we hope you enjoyed WCCO's Talk of the Table.
Be sure to leave a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.